One of the questions we get the most here at Spada Law Group from clients is, how long will it take to get my case settled? Boy, that's a loaded question, but it's a good one to ask. And depending on when in the process a client asks this question, my answer is almost always, it depends. Not the most satisfying answer, I understand, but it's absolutely the most truthful. Okay, so what does it depend on? Now that's a question that I can answer with some specificity. But again, the answer depends on the complexity of the case with respect to proving who was at fault for the accident, how serious your injuries were, and how involved your medical treatment. Let's start with the game clock for a fairly simple car accident case here in Massachusetts. As a general rule, and I say general because every rule has its exceptions, you have 3 years from the date of your car accident to either settle your case or file a lawsuit in court to begin the litigation process. If you fail to do either prior to this 3-year deadline, which is called the statute of limitations, you lose your legal right to ever pursue the person who was at fault for the accident and caused your injuries and damages. Two notable exceptions to this rule are if you're under 18 years of age at the time of the accident or you're under a disability of mental illness. Under Massachusetts law, the statute of limitations for car accident cases begins to run upon a minor's 18th birthday. For disabilities such as mental incompetence, the limitation period runs from the date of removal of the disability. No two car accidents are the same. Some are straightforward, such as a rear-end crash while stopped at a red light, while others may involve a multi-car pileup on an interstate highway with witnesses and conflicting statements as to who was at fault. To be successful, a client must be able to prove that he or she was less than 50% at fault for the collision. If you're found to be over 50% at fault in Massachusetts, you cannot recover damages from the other car's owner or insurance company. Sometimes, in order to gather the necessary evidence to prove who is at fault, much work needs to be done, which can and will slow the entire process down. We've handled cases where we've had interviews with witnesses, had to consult with accident reconstruction experts, and worked with local and state law enforcement authorities before we even get an adequate assessment as to who is at fault and whether we can prove the client's case. Cases like this can take many months or even a year or more before they're ready for either settlement discussions or brought to court. On the other end of the spectrum, we've handled cases that are clear-cut where it's quite easy to figure out who is at fault. For example, a client's rear-ended while stopped at a red light, or the other driver is arrested for DUI, etc. In these cases, evaluating and presenting our client's damages evidence is where the bulk of our work is focused. The other factor that often dictates how long it takes to get a case settled is how badly our clients were injured and what type of medical treatment they received. In order to fully and accurately evaluate our client's case, we try to wait until the client has reached a maximum medical improvement prior to settling the case. Maximum medical improvement is the point at which the client has either made a full recovery or has reached a point where they will not recover any further. The more serious the injury, the longer it takes to reach maximum medical improvement. Sometimes a client will not reach this point within the 3-year statute of limitations, and we're forced to file a lawsuit in order to protect our client's right to continue to pursue their case. In those cases, we'll use medical experts to provide evidence on the need for our client's future care. This allows either the insurance company for the at-fault driver or a jury in the case of a trial to assess our client's full damages claim. So you see, my initial answer to the question, how long will it take to get my case settled, really does hold true. It depends. If your case is a rear-ender and you're not hurt badly, you have a few months of physical therapy and you heal completely, your case may take only 4 to 6 months to settle. If you're involved in a major accident with conflicting and confusing versions as to who was at fault, and your injuries are severe and your medical treatment prolonged, the case could take several years to come to a resolution. If you have questions and you want to speak to somebody about the process involved in bringing a car accident claim, give us a call. We'd be happy to walk you through the process and help you make the right decision regarding your case. Thank you.